This is my exercise and behaviours PowerPoint. Scenario 1. My name is Peter, I am 26 and I still live at home with my parents and my two sisters who are considerably younger. We live on the outskirts of Newcastle and go out every Friday or Saturday. I have my main group of lads that I go and party with at the weekend. On the nights out, we tend to go to a chip shop or a kebab shop because it is quick and easy and convenient. I don't smoke, but when I go out I have a few beers. I don't do any exercise, even though I have considered starting weight training. After work I don't have the time because I work long hours in a call centre, so I just sit in my comfy chair all day and have a lack of motivation when I get home. I regularly see my girlfriend after work, but we don't go out, as we always sit in front of the TV eating popcorn, which I know is bad for me. So Peter relates to the self-belief model because he knows that he's doing wrong by not exercising and not eating, but eating the wrong stuff and sitting down too much. The health belief model comes in 3 stages, so that's the perceived threats, the benefits and barriers, the cues to action, and self-efficacy. I believe that Peter is in the perceived threats stage of the health belief model because he knows that eating popcorn and sitting in front of the TV for a long period of time is bad for him, but he has done nothing to sort it out, even though he has thought about going to the gym, but his work gets in the way, which is a barrier. So if he's thought about going to the gym, that's pre-contemplation, and that links to the trans-theoretical model of behaviour change. So pre-contemplation is a note in your mind that you make to yourself to change a specific part in your life and try and make it more positive. So that's pre-contemplation. But he's gone into more detail and started talking about weight training. So that's contemplation, and contemplation is getting ready to make a change cognitively, but not actually doing it practically. It reduces the negatives that you perceive. So if he thought about any negatives when he was in pre-contemplation about doing weight training, in the stage of contemplation, these negative thoughts seem to deteriorate and you start to think more positively. Also, Peter would have the pain of taking the action of going to the gym, because that would mean that he would miss out on time seeing his girlfriend and watching as much TV as he would like to. So that links to the decision balance sheet, and that links to the pain of taking the action. Because in the balance sheet there are 4 stages. There's pain of taking action, pleasure of taking the action, pain of not taking action, and pleasure from taking action. So he would also fall into the pleasure of not taking the action, because that means he can continue watching all of his TV and spending as much time with his girlfriend. So that's his behavioural attitude, which is the theory of planned behaviour, because his attitude towards it is negative, because he's not willing to make the change as much as he should, because he thinks that watching TV, working all these hours, going out on a Friday and Saturday night, spending time with his girlfriend is more important than turning to a healthy, active lifestyle. So when he goes out on a Friday and Saturday night, and he goes to the kebab shop and the chip shop, and he also has a few bills buys out, that's also related to the health belief model because he knows he's doing wrong, yet he's still not willing to make the change because he likes to do it and it's become routine. Moving on to scenario 2. My name is Sarah, I am 32 years old. I live with my partner in the heart of London. I work as an estate agent and this involves a lot of confidence, talking to people, and I hardly get a moment's rest. When I come home from work, my husband and I tend to go out for dinner or grab a takeaway. We enjoy watching our soaps every night, which leaves no time for other activities such as long walks and exercising. When I was younger, my dad had a heart attack due to eating too many takeaways and not exercising a lot. But this doesn't scare me because it will never happen to me. He's a completely different person. So that relates to the latter part of that paragraph relates to the behavioural attitudes of the theory of planned behaviour. Because when she was younger, her dad had a heart attack, which in a way should scare her now, but she's claiming it doesn't, and because he's a different person. So she thinks it's not going to happen to her. So she thinks she's going to be safe about it, even though she might not be. So that really relates to the health belief model. It also relates to the subjective norms in the theory of planned behaviour. It links to the descriptive norms that others do the behaviour too, so it will be fully acceptable for Sarah to do it herself. So she thinks that if one person do it or the majority of people do it, then she's more accepted to the fact that she'll do it because she knows that other people are in that situation, so there's a whole group of them. The theory of planned behaviour was developed by Adsen in 1985, and he said that if we plan to do something, we are more likely to do it if others do it. And there's like 3 stages to this. There's behavioural attitudes, subjective norms, and perceived behaviour control. So, for Sarah, she likes to spend time with her husband and watch their soaps. So she's not prepared to give this up over she's not prepared to give this up to do exercise. So on the decision balance sheet model, it claims that if the pros outweigh the cons, then it will be more likely to happen. But in this case, the cons outweigh the pros, so Sarah will be less likely to do it because it's become such a routine that her and her husband sit down every night, have dinner together, and watch these TV programs. It also relates to the health belief model because Sarah, they have like quick dinners or takeaway dinners, and they can also be like quite bad for our health, so that's the health belief model. So it's a perceived threat to her overall health condition. However, she could start exercising and she could start doing it with her husband because together as a pair they could like push each other harder, but their barrier is having a routine of working too hard. So that's the barrier because they won't give up the routine to start exercising or even going on a long walk around somewhere like Hyde Park, which is in the heart of London where they live. So with the barrier, what they can do is change their attitude, so the behavioural attitudes, they can put in a strategy where they can start exercising on the weekend so they can still have their routine at night, and just simple strategies in place to start believing that they can change and make their motivation come higher and then lead to a healthy lifestyle. And that is both of my scenarios.